And by the way, speaking of history, the Arizona Informant now celebrating 50 years of storytelling about the African American experience. Every Wednesday, staff from the Arizona Informant take the time to bundle up its latest edition of the weekly newspaper for distribution across the valley.
The Informant has been something that's been a part of our community for over 50 years. And my goal is to make sure that we have it here for another 50 years.
Images on the walls inside the Informant honor its founders and reflect 50 years of storytelling. From the election of President Barack Obama to community headlines across the valley.
There was a time where there was no news about black people being written, and if it was being written, it was something bad. And my dad's goal was to make sure that we put the accomplishments of the African American community, the championships, the things that they've done in the community in the forefront.
Clovis Campbell, who's rubbed elbows with the likes of Barack Obama, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, and Oscar-winning director Spike Lee, is publisher of this family-owned business that boasts 100,000 weekly readers.
My dad actually bought the name Arizona Informant from a gentleman who owned it back in 1958. He only published about 2 issues, and then he stopped publishing the publication altogether. Eventually, my dad came up across him and said, "Hey, would you like to sell the newspaper?" He said, "Well, sure. I don't have much. I just have a name and no building, no property, etc." So we said, "How much you want to sell it for?" He said, "I'll sell it to you for $1." So we bought it for $1, and it is what it is today.
That $1 investment back in 1971 has paid huge dividends for a community whose stories often get overlooked by the mainstream media. As a matter of fact, on the front of every Arizona Informant newspaper is a special message.
If you look at our newspaper, on the front it says 98% of our news you won't find anywhere else. Well, that's true today. It's been true since 1971, and so we're still trying to do the same thing, recording black history of the Arizona community.
Campbell also says that plans are underway to mark the 50th anniversary of the Informant later this year.